Yeah, I've been wanting to do something like this for quite some time, and unfortunately, the screencasting tools on iOS and Android are um, either non-existent or they require that you root your phone or jailbreak your device, which I'm not willing to do for that purpose. So please excuse the poor quality of the videography. But one of the things that I want you to see is that, first of all, I'm going to show you this tool called Feedly in the mobile version, and I'm actually going to make the comparison between two different platforms because the application is slightly different. It's about 98.7% the same on both platforms. As you can see, here's my Feedly account in iOS. And here's my Feedly account in Android, basically in the same thing. Now, where the differences occur, here, let me show you this in iOS. Okay, when I go into the settings, one of the very first things that I want to do is I want to go into the settings and make a couple of adjustments. I set my start page for home. Which gives me a good overview view of my content. The next button is one of the single most important that there is. Automark as read means that as you scroll through content, that when you slide up, the content will be marked as read. That means that you'll never see the same content again in your desktop version or on any other device. Here's where the two applications differ. Now, just recently, Feedly has beefed up the sharing options so that you have, or saving options, so that you have 5 different options. You can save your content to Feedly, to Pocket, to Instapaper, to Evernote, which is a recent new addition, or to Microsoft's OneNote. I choose to use Feedly because of the way that I use the application. But all of the other options are interesting. The second thing is, what is your favorite sharing tool? Where would you like to go when you click the sharing icon? To Twitter, to Facebook, to Google+, to email, to SMS? My choice in this particular scenario is a tool called Buffer. And then the last one is to your browser of choice. Now, this is one of the minor pet peeves that I have with Feedly, is that saving to Buffer is not an option in the Android version. So frequently when I'm using Feedly, I will use my iOS devices instead of Android devices because of this one feature alone. Buffer allows the things that you're sharing to trickle out over time according to your schedule. Buffer is a freemium app. I highly recommend it, but this is one significant difference between iOS and Android. Favorite browser, you can pick which one you want. I choose Safari because of Safari's ability to use bookmarklets. Transition, theme, article font size, and default view. I don't really worry about. Pull up to close, long press to save. I'll demonstrate all of this to you. Double tap to close, swipe right to close, edge to next or previous, and then article swipe. Next is sharing. You can have a tagline like a hashtag, and you can share to Twitter, to Facebook, and you can use a template. And what the template allows you to do is to pick which one of these 3 that you want, and there are only 3 options. The title of the article, the URL, and what is called the quip, or the tagline. And you can have the title in quotes, the URL, and then the quip. I choose to have title, URL, and quip with no quotation marks, or you can put the quip in front. So that gives you a little bit of extra that you can do in terms of applying a hashtag to everything that you share from Feedly. If you use Instapaper, you can put that information in here, bit.ly, and if you want to send yourself an email of everything that you share, you can certainly do that here. So that's the way that I set up the settings. Again, the single most important one is auto mark as read. And then I click done. Now, watch what happens. So I'm going to go to my business section. And here, what I want to do is, so for example, I can flip through articles, and like I said, when I flip up, all 4 of those articles were marked as read. So I won't see those articles again unless I want to. Now when I tap on the article, here are my sharing options. Because I picked Buffer as my sharing tool, I see the Buffer icon. Because I picked Feedly as my saving tool, I see the bookmark icon. But I can click on the preferences, and I can also share to Twitter, Facebook, Google+. I can email, I can send to Evernote or OneNote, Pocket or Instapaper. I forget what this one is. Okay, I can send this as a text message to someone. I can send it as a link, or I can send it to Safari. Now, the only thing that's missing in this particular scenario is LinkedIn. Now, I can share to LinkedIn via Hootsuite. So one of the things that I do is I send it to the browser then, and I share via Hootsuite. And then I can send my article to LinkedIn and Twitter if I wanted to. Okay, so going back to Feedly, this tool gives me everything that I need in order to consume article or consume news very quickly. And again, note that these are grayed out because they've been marked as read, and these are not. So I see an article that I want to share, and I can say send that to Buffer. And in Buffer, I can pick the account to which I want to send it. And click Buffer, and that will be parsed out according to my schedule. Okay, so this to me is one of the most important tools that I use. This is like having the ability to create a virtual newspaper and make all the information that I need flow to me wherever I'm at. And one of the reasons why I picked Feedly is because it's the only one that meets all 5 of my application criteria. So if you have any questions or feedback, please let me know. Otherwise, this is an overview of the mobile version of Feedly. And I also have a similar view of the desktop version.